You sleep in the bed you make. Those were the words from the phenom Connor Bedard after getting completely snubbed off of Team Canada for the Four Nations face off. This is the greatest of all time podcast show, GOAT Radio. I'm the big man and I am pumped up for this podcast. Whenever it's about hockey, I love it. And joining me over video conference, Toorzy. What's up, brother? You're with us again.
Hey, yo, big man. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, good to see you. And then this man has making his re-debut. He's been on a little hiatus, but this guy actually works behind the scenes for Goat Radio quite a bit. And the Goat Rush here just wouldn't be the Goat Rush without the Memorabilia Man Bobbych.
What's
What's
up,
up?
boys? Glad to be back.
Yeah, good to see you, Bobby.
A
Looking
little
good.
tired right now, boys.
Yeah, looking good. It's about time we get together.
Yeah.
We
I'm
we
loving
put
that festive background Bobby's got.
Yeah, I got, I like to celebrate Christmas big, so and then we got the right colors. We got the Kovalchuk on today for Russia. They got snubbed in the Four Nations.
yeah,
Just get right into it. Where's it out here? There we go.
yeah,
I don't know if he would be playing, but still, look at the roster.
yeah.
So anyway,
We're gonna get into it big time. That's gonna be later in the pod because it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. Toorzy, what are you wearing?
I didn't have much to pick from, but they're coming in town this week. I got my just a nice tee, the Bruins Winter Classic long sleeve here. Yeah.
Awesome. And Goat Radio is we'll be at the game for this. We love when the Bruins come into town. It's one of the
Yeah, it's
best
good
games of the
atmosphere.
year. Yeah. And I am wearing Team Canada
yeah.
autographed Kyle Turris, KT, in honor of the Four Nations, whatever it's called, the Four Nations face off or whatever. I'm pumped for it, but
Yeah.
I'll ask you
Yeah.
guys, is this a big deal or what? Do you think?
Go ahead,
I think it
Jersey.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't really excited until they picked the teams. Um, just seeing Crosby, McKinnon, McDavid be on the same team, and everybody's looking at the American squad there, and just getting all pumped up, thinking they're going to easily take it. And I don't know. I beg to differ. I think still Crosby's league, and I'm excited to see. There's every time a team like this gets picked, there's like 50 GMs on online saying, "Why is this guy snubbed or this guy not?" I think every player is well deserving of being there, and I'm actually excited. I thought it was in the summer. I didn't realize it was over the February break, so it's literally just around the corner.
Quite a bit of buzz around the snubs, and we mentioned Connor Bedard. Bobby? Do you think Bedard got shafted a bit, or is it deserving of his play this year? What do you think?
I don't think so. I think he's still young. I think he's still young. It's okay. Like, look at what happened last time when McDavid was on Team World or whatever it was,
Yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, right? So, and that's McJesus. You know what I mean? So, it's
I'd
okay
rather
for him
have
to kind of let him go and earn his keep a little bit. But for me, I don't know. It's a weird tournament. Like, how are you going to shut it off in February? Go play for 2 weeks, and then you're playing against. Let's say McDavid's playing against Ekholm. He's in the corner and you got to go for a cup run. You really think Ekholm's going to run him? You think he's going to play him as if it was in the summertime when you have all
yeah,
summer to
no.
rest? I think it's a good tournament because like Toorzy said, you can see all the guys, Crosby and McDavid and all these guys play together. But as far as like the intensity, they're going to play, but it's not going to be anything like what people think it is. It's a showcase. It's still going to be awesome, but McDavid in front of you, and you're going in 2 weeks to go see him again and
Yeah,
go for a huge run. Are you gonna hit him?
fair enough. I know, and
Yeah,
it's not as exciting as the Olympics,
yeah.
yeah.
and it's just four teams, right? So
I agree with you.
forgot to say what we were drinking.
Yeah, I got the
Cheers. Oh,
I got the
I forgot.
Modelo Negro
I got my Mudsy here.
Negra. Yeah, well, the Brown.
Nice. I got a port player else. Milan Gajic might be fucking furious.
Oh, we got the nice mud juice here too.
Yeah, you got the Mudsies? He,
I love them, man. They go down really good.
they do go down good.
Bobbich,
There you go.
to your point, I don't know if, for example, you got Tocchet, he's assistant coach, right? On Team Canada, and Quentin Hughes is the opposition now. He's on Team USA, and I think he's going to be holding his breath on the bench. I don't know if he's going to be like, we gotta be aggressive on Quinn. We got to hit him at all times because wow, these players are the top players of their teams. And could you imagine if there's injuries? I know there's only 4 games, but I don't know how they could really how serious are they going to take this?
I think it's just going to be a good warm up for the Olympics for those guys to get some chemistry. It's most likely going to be 80% the same players that are going to be on these teams, with the exception of few, let's say, with injuries or guys coming back from injuries. But for the most part, I agree with Loesch. I don't think it's, guys can't really go hard.
How about this one for you guys? Probably never thought about. Is Marchand going to be the rat hater? Everybody's going to hate him in Boston because he's on the Canadian squad and it's in Boston, the tournament, and he's
You
going
have
to be
to be
playing.
stupid to hate him. If
Yeah,
I hate him, I hate him. But if I want to win, I'm fucking picking Marchand, guaranteed.
I know, but if it's, let's say that I don't know where the final is, and it's let's just say it's in Boston or it's a semi and it's U.S. Canada, and he's
That would
out
be
there and he
crazy.
scored in Boston.
That would be crazy.
Out there setting up McKinnon or because he can still play, man. He might be on that second PP or who knows what. Like he's so good and like he's going to be going against Charlie McAvoy, and that's in Boston. So like that's another thing. Like I didn't even think about that till now, and that's going to be crazy. Like he's a rat himself. So is he going to be doing those same antics against the U.S. in his home building? Like
I think if it was for the gold Olympics, definitely. I don't think he's going to go full tilt, but I don't know.
I
splinter
agree.
mode.
Do you guys know the format? I'll tell you it. Okay, I'm going to read it to you. I looked it up. It's a quick tournament, so it's going to be over in a week. I'm going to read it to you. There's a little paragraph here. So, all games in the Four Nations face-off will be played in accordance with NHL rules. Each team will play 3 tournament games in a traditional round-robin format under the following point system: 3 points for a win in regulation time, 2 points for a win in overtime/shootout, 1 point for a loss in overtime/shootout, 0 points for a loss in regulation time. The 2 teams with the best tournament record will then advance to a 1-game final. That's it.
Oh yeah, it's like SHL.
It's quick. Yeah. So I don't know how, but you know what, guys? Okay, wait. Let's get into the snubs. Few snubs on the team that you can make a whole roster of snubs that could compete and win this thing too. Bedard, Barzell, Hyman, Duchesne, Scheifele, Suzuki, Verhaeghe, Lafreniere, Wilson, Tavares, Stamkos, Celebrini. You got Mackenzie Weegar, you got Dougie Hamilton, Ekblad, Morgan Riley, Montour. The goalies are.
I got a snub for goalie. I think Marc-Andre Fleury should have been on there.
Yeah.
Just the third goalie. Marc-Andre Fleury. Like
he should have, man.
They're doing well in mini, right? I'm pretty sure he plays a big chunk of those games. I think like obviously Gustafsson's the man. But like you know how Hockey Canada is. Yeah, oh yeah, he is, and he's doing well. Like Mini's the best team in the league. I'm not saying he's getting all their wins, but he's a good part of. He's probably winning a lot. But like Montembeault, whatever in Montreal, like why not? And we all know Hockey Canada is so political. Marc-Andre Fleury's been in the system since he was a young, kid in the queue playing for World Juniors. The guy's won cups. He's good in tournament mode. He's just a beauty off the ice. I think, for snubs, that'd probably be my only one kind of. Yeah. I don't know if that third goalie's going to play, but the forwards, like.
But Toorzy, that's why you don't put him in the lineup because he's 40. You want some guys with
Yeah.
some intense game to go through some intense games, for example, so they could get little prepped up for maybe Olympics in 2026.
Yeah.
Why are you putting in Marc-Andre Fleury? For what? For
Yeah.
a four-game tournament? No.
Yeah, I think
I
he's
don't think
right
that
to
third
get those
goalie's going
guys
to play.
to get those other guys some experience on the big stage. I think you go even if it's like, of course, there's a lot of politics in that, but get the young kid in there. Even if he doesn't play a single game, he kind of gets the feel for everything. You know, guys kind of teach him the ropes and all that stuff. So it's good for them to be around that. And who knows if he's going to turn out to be good or not? But he's all right.
Who's
Scheifele could have been a
He
snub
could have
up front.
definitely been there.
Yeah, he's probably the biggest snub for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, Scheifele.
Yeah.
Yeah, he looked good. I don't watch a lot of Winnipeg games, but they just laid a thumping on the Bruins, and man, he's so good. Like they got rid of guys, and obviously Blake Wheeler's older, but like they just committed to Scheifele, and he signed that big contract. Like, man, the guy carries the puck in the zone. He's good. He's so underrated.
Yeah.
Okay, I got another question, guys. You got Sid the Kid. Guy's still great. Is he going to be handed the C for this, or is he passing the torch to either McJesus or McKinnon?
Come on, man.
What do
I
you
won't
mean?
watch if he doesn't get the C.
I wouldn't be surprised if McJesus gets it, guys.
Oh, that's stupid.
I think they already came out and said that, though.
Yeah, but it's still not set in stone. The only captain in the tournament so far is on Finland, and it's Barkov, and that's a solid.
It would be the most disrespectful thing if they didn't give it to Crosby.
I'd want them to lose. I'd want them to lose if they didn't give it to him.
I agree with Toorzy 100% on that. That's so disrespectful. It's not even a question right now. Is McDavid a great player? Yeah, he's unbelievable. I got a crazy McDavid card collection, but you got to give it to Sid.
Okay.
Captain Canada, man, the golden goal.
The golden goal, yeah.
Vancouver. That was awesome.
Yeah. Okay.
What about the States? Who's going to be their C?
I'm looking at people are saying Hughes. I just don't see it. I'm looking at Austin Matthews right now.
Yeah.
I think I don't know. I think he's just that he's a little bit more seasoned. I think, and I would give it to
liking Jack Eichel. Jack Eichel.
Or him, yeah.
He won a cup.
Yeah. And then Bobbych, I'm glad you brought up, and I'm glad you're wearing that jersey. Okay? And I think it's about time. And look, we Goat Radio absolutely hate political talk. We are totally against it. We're speaking purely as fans for hockey. And they're talking about this tournament, the Four Nations tournament, being the best versus best. That is completely a lie to us. There's no best versus best here. And you know why? Because Team Russia is not in it. And Go Radio is calling out the NHL as well as the hockey world.
You know what I don't understand? You know what I don't understand? This is an NHL tournament, okay? It's not double IHF, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So why are they allowed to play in the NHL and tear up the league and do all these great things? Ovechkin almost broke Gretzky's record, but I understand why double IHF has their regulations because of the doping for the Olympics. I guess they're somehow tied in or whatever, but how the fuck does that work when the NHL is doing a tournament and they're saying that Russian players aren't allowed, but you're allowed to play in the NHL? It makes no sense at all.
Yeah,
and the tournament is in North America, so there's no. It's not like we're France where they boycotted the Russian Federation from competing, so they have to compete under a team refugee.
Yeah,
so dumb. What the fuck?
It's the wokeness carries over from league to league.
Well,
complete fucking nonsense, if you ask me.
It's also because of the world events. But as a fan, we're not political correspondents, and we never will be. like I said, we don't engage in that part of it. But as fans, we need Russian hockey back in international play for sure. They still haven't lifted the ban for 2026, and that would be a massive shame. Okay, I don't know, whatever's happening in the world, they're punishing American citizens like Ovechkin, Malkin, who's been playing here for 20 years, living here.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand. They all have working visas. They're allowed to work just like any other Russian. Okay.
Yeah.
They're working. They have their visas. They're allowed to work. If the tournament was held in Europe, okay, sure, I understand. There's world conflicts going on. They're allowed to be here and they're allowed to work here. You're more than welcome to let them work for you and score goals and raise cups. Barkov's mom, or she was Russian, I think, right? And obviously he's Finnish, but that's okay. But all of a sudden, when it comes to international, it just seems off.
They could make a full-on Russian team too. Like they wouldn't need anybody from the K.
No,
like, they could find right. Like it's not even like they're saying they're getting guys from the K and whatever Moscow is trying to ban that. Like they could make a full-on Russian squad, and then they should have just made a European squad.
Yeah. Do you want to hear the mock Goat Radio Russian squad I got here?
Yeah.
For the four nations that should be on there. Okay, we got Kirill Kiprasov, we got Malkin, we got Kucherov, we got Panarin, Buchnevich, Sveshnikov, we got Ovechkin, Barbashev, the Sizzler, Nichushkin. Yeah, Nichushkin. Michkov, Nemestikov, Marchenko. That is a insane forward lineup.
Even that kid from Calgary is sick. That Serengovich.
Yeah. And then you got Sergachev, Orlov, Romanov, Kulikov, and then these goalies are out of their minds. We got Vasilevsky, Shesterkin, Bobrovsky, Sorokin. Man, I'm just saying, don't say it's the best versus best. It's not.
No.
It's not even freaking close. Like, and again, the hockey world, we need Russian hockey. We need this guy.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Look at his style. Look at his humor, his accent. We need this, man. The Russians are a big part of the NHL.
Why they say when they won the cup and he said that his teams he's like he was talking to the press and he's like, we're not gonna fucking suck this year.
Yeah.
But what a fucking goal.
But he's sweet. Oh, how do you not have guys like this?
Well, you know what? It's like at least look how strong U.S. and Canada are.
Yeah.
So I have one of those two are going to win it.
You know what? 4-game tournament. You got Sweden and Hedman. I don't know. These are NHL games. This exactly. This is not.
Same reason in 2010, Canada US was so good because there was the first time in Olympic history that they played on NHL ice.
Yeah,
the NHL size. That was the first time ever. So it was our game, US's game, right? These guys played their whole lives on international ice before they come over. A lot of them, so it's different for them. If they get guys because I don't think Finland has that many players. That they're going to probably have a few players from Europe, right? KHL or whatever.
Isn't it? Yeah. Is this? Yeah. I guess so. I want to say my biggest snub of the tournament is Michael Backlund, though. One of the biggest vets in the league didn't make the team. He should have been captain for Sweden.
He didn't make it, eh?
No,
I didn't even know that. Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to mention that. And then speaking of the Russians, we love showing this. The Memorabilia Man Bobbych. When we first started Go Radio, this has been like a cornerstone for the Go Rush.
Sick.
And this is the Fedorov worn boot. And I think he's worn a couple of versions of this, but this is just pure filthiness right here.
Give it a fucking sniff.
Take your fucking drink out of the boot.
So in honor of this boot, who's some of the filthiest players style wise?
I got to go with Kovalchuk for me.
You'll stand by Kovalchuk
Yeah,
forever.
I like his style. I like the way he sniped, skating, everything. So I'm always Kovalchuk.
Yeah, he's got good style. I've always been a Gabrick guy.
Gabrick's
Probably
sick.
my favorite player. He kind of reminded me of Bure, more
Yeah,
number 10. He was so good in mini. Like he's the last guy to score 5 goals maybe, and he
yeah,
just I don't know. He was a
and they
good
and
style.
and they were sick and they looked good too. That's a big thing.
Yeah.
They knew what they were doing appearance wise,
Yeah,
and you can't just look good. You have to be silky with the puck or power, and the Russians had that. And one guy that comes to mind, I love. Everyone loves tongues out. Everyone thinks tongues out's like it looks sweet, but I love the tongues in and the back guard in as well over the sock.
Oh,
The sock over,
Oh
like
yeah, like Datsuk.
that you read my mind. Datsuki fashion.
Yeah.
it's like tight hockey, man. You just didn't even know what to do. You just taped it up, and
You know why a lot of those guys did that also? Because when they're growing up, their skates are too big. Because a lot of just like a lot of us,
Yeah,
parents would buy skates a little bit too big, so they would tape them around the whole thing, so it would be tighter on their feet. Sorry,
yeah,
yeah.
and then you just kind of as you get older, it just kind of you don't want to change it up. So pretty crazy.
So Datsu comes to mind, and not only he looked awesome, he was to me the silkiest player
Oh fuck yeah.
ever. And it's good we talk him. He just went in the Hall of Fame this past year, and
you
uh,
don't get a nickname Magic Man, Magic Hands by your peers. Like,
Is that if you put on your Siri, does that still come up as Datsu? Because I remember it did for a
oh,
while.
oh, really?
If you ask Siri who's the Magic Man, it said Pavel Datsyuk. Yeah,
wow, I wish
Yeah, he's still.
I want to do it right now.
do it right now. See if it works.
I don't have Siri.
Yeah, I don't, Raj, do you have Siri?
Yeah, but I'm off my phone.
Oh
Fuck everything up.
no.
Yeah. Yeah, so
Ask Syria.
yeah. So he is yeah, he's the filthiest to me. And you know who else I love? Yager.
Yager was so sick. We got recency bias with Yager. He was filthy.
Yeah, Yager, and he looked good, with the mullet and the straight edge
Bangs?
visor.
Oh,
The visor. He had his bangs showing here.
And you
And
take off the salute every time you scored. That was
yeah,
awesome.
that was
salute.
sick.
He had the tongues in and the guard in also. Malkin does it too, actually.
He does, yeah.
Kopitar's got good style. He's got that dark visor. He's so slick, so underrated.
Yeah.
Kopitar.
Kopitar, he's not underrated. He won 2 cups, man.
No, I know, but like no one talks about him anymore.
It's LA. That's what happens if you're. It's such a big market for other sports that usually, you just kind of
for sure.
Yeah, the Slovenian goat, for sure. And then I just want to, before we wrap up, I want to read this tweet because it's a good tweet to really get the message across. And this is from an Albertan Joe. He replied to the Goat Radio pod on Twitter or X, and he says, "No Ovi or Draisaitl is criminal in a tournament of the best. That's just 2 players of many that should be partaking." That's spot on.
That is spot on. I completely forgot about Draisaitl
Like,
being German.
And Pasternak. I mean, the fact that it's in Boston, you I don't mind him resting.
yeah.
See, that's what I was referring to, though, Raj.
Yeah.
It's good that some of those guys are resting. You want a cup or do you want some bogus NHL, shinny tournament?
Yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
Okay, boys, before we wrap it up, I need your 4 nations face-off champs. Okay, I think the favorite is kind of towards USA, but in a 4-game tournament, it's what do you guys think?
For
I'm
the
going
winners?
Canada gold.
Yeah.
Canada gold. Canada winners over US. In the final, MVP of the tournament will be Makar.
Wow. Okay.
I'm going
Oh,
Canada, obviously. Probably over US. They have a stacked team, US. And I'm going McJesus, player of the tournament.
Okay. I'm gonna go with Canada against Sweden. I love my Swedes, and I love because I love guys like Hedman that control the back end. You need a big time D man on a. Let's just talk about NHL. You need a big time stud D man on the back end, and I feel that's what's the Canucks. They have Quinn Hughes, but they need that. You know what I mean?
You need big guys to go deep, man. Just the same way like
Ah,
Fedorov, like of course
Truba
that
would
guy
have been
can't
good.
play, 82 games and then be effective, but
yeah.
throw some little guys on him in a 7-game series and see how that works out, He'll show up for those 7 games.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Truba, like, he still could be on the move. If
Truba's
Anaheim
good.
wants to eat, that's a guy you get, man. Like, they're so tough, and people everybody's knocking that Perico pick. I think it's great. He's
Yeah.
huge. He's big. He's an asshole on the ice. Like, you need that. You need guys that are gonna log those big minutes that, like, then Makar can go do his magic. Pietrangelo, like, everybody forgets about him too. Like, he'll probably be on that PP second unit with another D man. They'll probably stack it up with 4 forwards, Makar, and then 2 D men on the second unit. But, like, even those Colorado guys, like, they're just Stanley Cup winners. Devon Taves,
Yeah.
Shea Theodore, and it's like big body, hard eating minutes.
Yeah.
Our goalie situation is just a little bit weak. That's the only thing that's kind of lacking. But other than that.
But it's like such a tournament mode. Like, Bennington can be streaky and, like, Hill. Like, it's just
Yeah, well, they won
I didn't
cups,
realize
so
this.
can't say anything about
Yeah,
them.
like, and I'm not going back, and I am, I guess, to 2019, but that first period in Game 7 when they had, like, it should have been 3-4 nothing Boston's, maybe the same as 2011, where it could have been up early for the Canucks, right? And
Yeah.
I'm just referring to this because these are ones we watch and can remember. And I looked at my dad and Binnington, and you guys look at Marcus Johansson try to get that pad stave, like, it should have been in. Looked at my dad and I said, the Bruins aren't winning. Like, this guy is standing on his head, and that's like, if St. Louis just had a better squad these last couple of years, like, Binnington was such a stud last year, towards the end of the year, and that's why he's on this roster. So it's like 3 games, 4 games. Who knows? Someone can.
Yeah.
It's such a short tournament. It's like you win one, you're out, or you lose, and you don't make it to the next round. So I don't know. I don't mind the D and the goalies that they've done. I actually really like Canada's roster. So
Beauty. Well said, Toorzy. And before we wrap up, guys, I just want to say we went a little viral on Twitter, X,
yeah,
regarding JT Miller, and we got a lot of heat. And I do not know why. I do not know why. We're just talking about rumblings of a trade that Sportsnet has been talking about, TSN, and the list goes on. And I don't know if we got retweeted by a big account, and we got a lot of hate mail. But
I saw some of that bunch of fat souls just sitting there, just replying to nonsense. Like, buddy, just relax, you fat asses. Just chill the fuck out. And
yeah.
things. It's not like what we say is gonna be 100% true, but that's just what we're hearing. So far, it's not been wrong.
Yeah,
No, exactly, and it's Bobby hit the nail on the head. It's just so cringeworthy stuff. It makes you hate your own team a little. It's just like, but every fan base is like that. I'm sure TML, Edmonton, these guys, it just seems like you can't say anything wrong about your team.
You can't say
it's
anything.
like
Everyone's all over you. It's like, hey,
it's like they're supposed to go 82-0. They lose a game, and it's like, oh, like, this needs to change, and like, what? It's like, man, like it's not all roses till to the very end, and it's like, it's just so cringe sometimes. It's laughable, it's comical, but
and
we didn't do anything wrong.
We have we have a large community of hockey players with Go Radio. So we hear some news, and we knew about Demko last year. We
Yeah,
we
that's right.
we knew about Miller's injury and I thought we talked about it, and we decided to inform the Canucks fans because management and the Canucks PR don't. And what's been happening the last year with Demko, Miller, even Pedersen has been it causes people to yap about personal stuff and all this. So we try to stick to
Most of those people that are yapping, okay, they've never played hockey. They don't know shit. They just want to go online and they want to chirp. If you go and you look back, actually, Big Man pointed this out to me a while back, maybe last year or so. Miller scored a goal, and the guys were jumping on him. It was an overtime goal, or it was I can't remember what it was. It was probably overtime, or maybe a few seconds left. And guys were jumping on him. You can clearly tell, like, when you sell the guys come and they do this or whatever, and he was ducking his head and kind of shrugging his shoulders a bit to kind of protect his neck. And it's so obvious, but if you see it, and if you don't know, you just think, oh, okay. And Milo's like, we watch this. I'm like, I didn't even notice that. He rewinded it. I watched it. You can clearly tell he's kind of bracing himself because in that big scrum, people even jump on you.
Yeah.
He was completely like, you can tell he was just like babying his neck. Go watch it. Yeah. And then come yap.
Well, but like what you did though was, and I had no idea. I had no idea that pod that you were going to you unleashed on management. That's all you did. You said, give clarity. That's all you really did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like everybody's so bummer. And then the funniest thing is half these guys that are bitching and complaining probably were 7 years old when Kessler was booed out of this town, and they're probably the same morons that are probably wanting him in the Ring of Honor. Just a bunch of fucking hypocrites. Like, wanted him out, now they want him back. Like, just
those man,
get off the computer, stop typing.
Yeah. I don't even want to get into it. These idiots.
Yeah, but we are Canucks fans. Maybe not Toorzy. We are. And
Tourzi's heart was broken in '94, but hopefully one day.
Oh, fuck, 94. What a squad. What a squad.
Yeah.
All right, boys. So put your drinks up. Cheers. Thanks for joining me over a video conference.
Are we getting together this Friday, all of us? Bobbych, the big Eagles bash, Christmas bash that we do now. Are you going to be there?
Company party, so I can't. But maybe afterwards I'll stop by.
Yeah. We're nearing the end of 2024 and the end of season 2 of GOAT Radio. And I just want to say the GOAT fans have been completely wicked. They are joining the movement and they engage with us daily. They send us topics. They send videos, GOAT pictures and legends. It's great. This is what sets us apart from other podcasts. We engage with the fans and globalization continues.
Let's go.
This is the greatest of all time podcast show, GOAT Radio. We will see you next time from our GOAT history. We'll see you later.